This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the X. We keeping the foot on the what? On the X. Now let's get on to the video, man. Errol, the true Spence, is going to pop Danny Garcia's cherry, part 7. What is part 7? Errol Spence is his name. Skulduggery is his man down boxing game. Let me say it again. Errol Spence is his name. Skulduggery, via man down, is his boxing game. Now let's get on to the video. So hear me. Well, get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling, because he knows the sport is going in scientific mode. So rehear me. Well, listen, y'all. You guys have to look at the totality of how this fight is going to happen. Errol, the truth, Spence, is a tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style type of artist. His job is to systematically break you down. But how does he do that in the ring? He does that with the right hand lead. See, Errol, the truth, Spence sets everything up with the right hand lead. The right hand lead has 2 variations of jabs. It has what we call a pawing jab. The pawing jab's operation is so that he can be able to make sure that your vision is blind, so that way he can throw off other shots. This is what skulduggery is all about. Trickery, beguiling, betwixting, and bamboozling you in the ring. Let me say it again. Beguiling, betwixting, and bamboozling you in the damn ring. And then he has what's called a stiff jab. The stiff jab is supposed to be the blatant blinding. The reason why Errol, the true Spence, does this is so that he can get himself separation, so that he can operate interchangeably on the front foot and on the back foot. This is why you have to listen to a fighter when a fighter tells you who his favorite fighters are. Errol, the true Spence, has 5 of them. Terry Norris, do your research on him. Pernell Whitaker, do your research on him. Floyd Mayweather, do your research on him. Sugar Ray Leonard, do your research on him. Marvin Hagler, do your research on him. These are the 5 fighters that Errol, the true Spence, studied. And if you look at his style, he has all 5 of their variations. See, Errol, the true Spence operates on both the front foot and the back foot interchangeably at the same time. This is what fighters that are the most elite fighters in the game of boxing do. They operate on the front and on the back foot interchangeably. It's so sickening the way this guy operates. He does a Floyd Mayweather-ish thing where he uses the right hand lead, and then on top of that, he throws and separates you off with the elbow. This is so the fighter doesn't get any exchanges off. This is why Danny Garcia is fucked. Because Danny Garcia is going to think that all he has to do is be comfortable and he can shot off counter shots via right hand left hook. Let me say it again. Danny Garcia is going to think he's comfortable because he's going to think he can just fire off comfortable shots via right hand left hook. But Errol, the true Spence, is going to make sure those things are nullified. And you know why he's going to nullify it? Because Errol, the true Spence, is going to ensure that Danny Garcia is in fucking trouble. And the reason why I say he's going to ensure he's in fucking trouble is because Errol, the true Spence, is going to make sure elbows are used. Right hand lead is used. Separation is given. These types of things throw Danny Garcia off. Plus the different variations and the different speed velocity on how the shots are being thrown. If you want to understand what I'm talking about, you need to look at Errol, the true Spence versus Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri didn't know what was coming, because everything that Errol, the true Spence, does, he sets that motherfucker up with the right hand lead. It's just like Floyd Mayweather. He sets everything up with his jab. When I say right hand lead, I'm talking about the jab. The jab starts everything. That's Errol, the true Spence's weapon. See, he uses boxing 101 fundamentals. Start everything with the jab and end everything with the body. Let me say it again. Start everything with the jab and end everything with the body. And you know the terminology in boxing. Hit the body, hit the body, hit the body, off with the head. Let me say it again. Hit the body, hit the body, hit the body, off with the head. See, people are going back and forth thinking that this fight right here is a fight that can go either way. Nah. Danny Garcia is getting stopped, man. He's going to get bulldozed. He's going to get steamrolled. Because Danny Garcia is a fighter that's not training up to par. Danny Garcia looks like he's one chalupa or one tostada away from looking like Andy Ruiz Jr. See, y'all need to keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Keep that same energy. Because in the last 2 fights, y'all sat here and got on Errol the True Spence and said, oh, he's just basically in training camp trying to lose weight. What's Danny Garcia doing right now? Look at Errol the True Spence. Isn't he at weight? Isn't he at fight camp shape? Then what's Danny Garcia's excuse? Why is Danny Garcia looking like he got a fucking pot belly? I don't see nobody talking about that. See, this is what I was talking about when I said reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders. They don't keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. They don't keep that same energy. So skulduggery is basically for the study of phrenology. Let me explain what I mean when I say that. See, when you fight Errol the True Spence, he makes it very clear who's the true alpha extraordinaire, and you being the beta boy supreme in that damn ring. Let me say it again. He makes very clear that he's the true alpha extraordinaire, and you are the beta boy supreme. How does he make that very clear? Well, when you guys fight, in the study of phrenology, there's 3 dimples in the back of people's skull, right? In these 3 dimples that's in the back of the skull, Errol the True Spence operates as the creator, meaning he creates the ambiance, he creates the skulduggery, he creates the trickery, he creates the environment of how he's going to make you fall under servility. This is the 3 spots on the dimple of your skull that tells you that you have to serve. You have to bend the proverbial knee. You have to be the servant. This is how Errol the True Spence fights. Notice what he told Sean Porter prior to the press conference. He said, I'm here to lord over and dominate the damn division. In a fight, there has to be an alpha and there has to be a beta. There can't be 2 alphas. It's like Bushmaster said in Luke Cage, 2 bulls can't reign in 1 yard. Dandadas not plural. Let me say it again. 2 bulls can't reign in 1 pen. Dandadas not plural. So the truth of the fact of the matter is, in the phrenology, in the study of it, and make sure y'all research that terminology, Errol the True Spence is the creator because he has to create the ambiance that he's the big fish in the damn ring. He has to create the ambiance that he's the megalodon shark. And he's applying unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It versus pipes. Remember, the megalodon shark is the predator. He has no pressure. Danny Garcia has to be the phrenology of servility, meaning he has to serve. Meaning he's serving Errol the True Spence shots. Because Errol the True Spence is going to keep him from moving. He's going to suffocate him. And then in the dimple of his skull, you're going to see servility meet its fate, where Danny Garcia is going to bend the proverbial knee and he's going to serve under the fact that he's going to be subservient to Errol the True Spence's fists. This is what I meant when I broke all of this thing down. You have to look at what Errol the True Spence does in the ring. See, what Angel Garcia and Danny Garcia don't get is they think they can just get by off of the right hand left hook. Let me say it again. They think they can just get by off the right hand left hook. If you notice, Danny Garcia ran his rabbit ass right into the ring. And he said, oh, I see something in Spence. The same way Jonathan Garcia said that in the very first fight. Go do your research on that. The same way that the Uber, the Lyft, and the hold up. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver fighter. And Mikey Garcia said, I see something in Spence. It's the same thing with DSG. I see something in Spence. He ran in there. Oh, if he got hit up the way he did against Sean Porter, then actually you can only imagine what I'm going to do. Danny Garcia, you're a Rudy Poo in a plum brain. You're a classic Dota and a troglodyte. You're an ultra fanboy with ultra fanboy rhetoric. I told you, boxers, trainers, and promoters all alike, they could be the same thing. Because how are you sitting here stylistically and thinking you're the same type of opponent that a Sean Porter is? Sean Porter is an aggressive style fighter, just like Errol the True Spence. That's why they went into a phone booth. Remember, tactical aggression versus ineffective aggression. Your style is not a style of aggression. So the reason why Sean Porter was able to have success is because he keeps applying unlimited pressure, even though his unlimited pressure is not worth a lick. Let me say it again. He applies unlimited pressure, even though his unlimited pressure is not worth a lick. Danny Garcia is a comfortable fighter. He likes to be comfortable in the ring. His work rate is shit. He's flat-footed. He's a flat-footed bum. And then you see the right hand left hook a mile away. So how are you going to systematically be able to expose Errol the True Spence when you don't even have the work rate to be able to expose the Errol the True Spence? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you see a fighter talk, they talking out of their ass. Danny Garcia knows damn well deep down in his phrenology of servility that he's here for a cash out slaughterhouse. Let me say it again. Danny Garcia knows deep down with those 3 dimples on the back of his skull of servility that he's here for a cash out slaughterhouse. That's what's going to happen when they fight November 21st. Errol the True Spence is going to stop Danny Garcia. Now, the round in which the stoppage is going to happen, that's neither here nor there. And people that sitting here talking about Danny Garcia got power, Errol the True Spence may never face his power. Well, according to BoxRec, Danny Garcia is a 55.26% KO power ratio. Errol the True Spence is an 80.77. Let me say it again. Danny Garcia is a 55.26 KO power ratio. Errol the True Spence is an 80.77. That's a 25.51% KO ratio differential. I'm sorry to say this, Danny Garcia, but Errol the True Spence is his name. Skulduggery via man down is his boxing game. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence is his name. Skulduggery via man down is his boxing game. So when November 21st come around, Danny Garcia is going to get skull drugged in and outside of that damn ring, and we're going to see the cherry proverbially what? I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.